Right, so
Breakfast.
no, not breakfast on this one.
Breakfast.
Yeah.
So, as it is nearly Valentine's Day, do any of you guys
Romantic?
have any plans? Any plans at all?
Wow. I knew this was
Ian?
coming.
Any
I
plans?
knew this was coming. Yeah, my girlfriend's coming down for the weekend. We're going Fulham away. How romantic.
That's
Wow.
class.
Yeah, Sadie's coming down as well. Either of you two got any plans? Anything at all?
No, I'm still in the transfer market. Still looking
Transfer
around.
market,
I'm
free
sort of
agent?
Yeah, I'm free agent at the moment.
Well,
so
well, you
like, anyone just hit me up and
You're
stuff
doing
like that.
better.
I'm available.
You're doing better than Henry anyway.
Oh, yeah,
And on that note, welcome to the Blue Podcast Network. This is the Blue Podcast Extra, and we're going to be talking you through some dating fails as it is nearly Valentine's Day. And we thought, what better way to celebrate Valentine's Day than talk about people's bad experiences?
Lovely.
So the first one, this one's quite short.
Okay.
So they went to a cafe and they were eating. He asked if he should drop her off at her place, and she said her boyfriend will pick her up.
Oh
What?
no! He was on loan.
Whoa. Oh.
So
Wow.
I just say that's not on the person who's posted that story. That's on the girl.
Wait,
Yeah,
so
that's-
yeah,
Oh, yeah, that's definitely on
of
the
course that's
girl.
on the girl.
Yeah.
Wait, so this was like a genuine date?
Yeah, they've gone on a date. They've gone on a date. They're eating, and he was gonna drop her back at her place, and she said her boyfriend's coming to pick
Can
her
you
up.
imagine? He
so
probably paid as
awkward.
well.
Oh.
Yeah, like he's paid. He's about to get in his
Hey.
car. And he's like,
Oh.
oh, no, my boyfriend's around the corner.
What?
Oh, can
Does
you
the
imagine?
boyfriend know about this? You reckon? Like,
I'd hope not.
Probably not.
What?
but
she
if you- yeah,
she just say to her boyfriend, "Oh, I'm going on a date with this other
but
guy."
it's because she's getting
Can you
dropped
pick me
off.
up in an hour?
If she's getting dropped off, surely he sees that. Like,
I'm so.
But I think my thought is that it's the only intention that unless the girl's gone into it thinking, oh, we're just friends and we're just going out for like a nice meal or
But it's
something like that.
Valentine's Day.
Like I don't know,
No,
like
no, it's not. It's
yeah,
No, no,
no,
I
no,
thought-
let's say
no,
Valentine's
we're
doing this
Day.
for Valentine's
Like,
Day.
It could have been.
It could have been. We don't
Could've
know.
been. But like that's the only way I can think of it.
Yeah.
That if the intentions
see
were
what you're
wrong
saying
on
now.
both sides, but
Yeah.
well, I feel
Yeah, but
sorry
like,
for the
say,
guy.
how many like restaurant situations you go to where it's just one-on-one, where someone like, they both think they're single. Well, the other guy thought he was single. So what was the conversations leading up to this? Like, that's what we don't know. We
Yeah,
haven't
I
got
think-
context.
I
Like,
think
Yeah.
coming off your point there, I think it's like different if you go out from like it's a different kind of atmosphere if you go out for a meal with a friend than an actual date. I think
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think it's a different kind of atmosphere from both kind of people, if that makes sense.
yeah.
But that's
That's just bad.
and that, it
That's
can't
wrong.
it can't be like she's just split up with like a boyfriend or kind of thing.
Right. So should we go into the next one then?
I am
So
Yeah.
but surely
flabbergasted.
they met, right? And he
We'll
doesn't
keep
know
this
her.
one going. For
He
a bit.
doesn't
Yeah.
know her too well. So
No,
maybe
yeah.
I'm thinking maybe they met on a dating site or something like that. Surely, if you don't know them
Why
too
you
well,
wanna-
they
why-
agree.
But
out.
why would you?
Yeah,
yeah.
why would
you
you go on a
date?
dating app in the first place?
Free food?
Yeah, that is a good point.
I mean, yeah. If this girl is a bad person, like, and she's just getting free
no,
food
she
off all
is.
these random guys.
she
Still
is a
already
bad
a bad
person.
person.
If
Game's the game
But
at the end of the day.
she's-
Exactly.
Even if she's done nothing with this guy and they've just gone out for lunch, I view that as cheating personally.
No, it
like
is.
if you've gone out for
Mm.
lunch, if you've labelled it as a date and you're
yeah,
dating
if it's
someone,
labelled as
Yeah.
a date,
if you're labelling it
yes,
as a
Yeah.
date, like
but
oh we're going out for
if-
lunch as a date,
if
that's
she hasn't labelled it as a date and she's like meeting a friend kind of thing,
But how?
that's different.
How
Yeah,
does
yeah.
he not know she has a boyfriend if they're friends?
that's the thing that's confusing. It sounds like it. Why would you agree to that if you were the guy and you knew they had a
Is
boyfriend?
there
Surely
anything
No,
more?
but
on
that's
that story?
literally it.
Is that it?
That's all the information
no,
we
no,
have.
but I guess like maybe the girl's probably gone. Oh, yeah, I'm just going out with one of my friends and stuff like that, and not told the boyfriend who she's going with. Do you know what I mean? Like, because
That's even worse.
I feel for the guy.
he's probably thinking, oh yeah, she wants to be picked up at 2. Okay, I'll go.
Yeah, I feel bad for both guys. I feel bad for the guy who's gone on the date, and I feel
Yeah.
bad for the boyfriend
I
who's
know,
basically
I
being
know.
cheated on.
Like you've just had a really good date, you've had a good meal, you had a good time, and then she says, she just drops the bomb. My boyfriend's picking me up. It's
But
like,
how is a boyfriend not been brought up in this whole date beforehand? Surely, like,
Yeah.
I went to see my boyfriend. Or is she just leaving that
No,
out?
like if I have a conversation with someone, I'm going to bring up my girlfriend, aren't I? Because it's everyday
It's
conversation.
everyday life, yeah.
yeah,
You're going to
That-
talk about it.
that is crazy.
Right, well, the next one. This one's a slight bit longer. We went on a date. After we had lunch, which was subpar, we went for a drive on the highway. Stopped by the highway with parking lights on, because safety first. It says that, so, important.
Yep.
Talked and proceeded to kiss. The kiss was so good. Do you know what the girl said afterwards?
What?
Do you have any guesses?
Like,
She loved it. Oh no, it's a foul.
It
innit?
reminded
Yeah,
her
I just
of
hated
her
it.
ex,
Ill.
and silence followed.
No.
Burn.
How can you
just-
say that?
So
that
awkward.
just tells me that she's not over the ex.
Yeah, that's
True. Yeah,
That's what it
that's probably
is.
part of it.
That is awful.
Either that or she hates both.
Yeah. No, I don't. I feel like you can bring up an ex in relationships and stuff. I don't find an issue with that. But when you're saying that, it's a totally different.
On a date as well.
Yeah,
It's
that's
a totally
that's
different
bad.
line.
Like,
Because that also, it's like, is it the girl or the guy that said that? Do you
I
know?
think
Yeah, I
the
think-
guy's the one who said the story. I think
Yeah.
because he said it reminded her of her ex.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So surely she's just like memories. She's correlating like good like intimate relationship with her ex.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
should you be bringing that up to your new
No,
new
I'm not
girlfriend
saying
or
that's a good
new
thing.
date?
no.
That's the thing. That's worrying.
So I
Oh.
think Keen's right. Like she ain't over.
No,
Yeah,
I think
no,
it sounds
no.
like that. Why else would you bring it up if you're talking about a good kiss? Like,
Like,
if it-
like I said, you can bring up an ex, but not in that way.
No.
like you kind of know if a kiss is good, like from both sides. Like you know if both people have enjoyed it.
I
If
mean,
you're,
if
if you're then saying your ex, it reminds you of your ex, then that's bad.
I mean, if she said like the kiss was better than her ex,
that's
that's
good.
fine.
That's a good
That's
thing
good.
to
That's
say.
good
Yeah.
to
No,
know.
I still don't think you bring it up.
Yeah,
No,
but
it's still-
if there's a time and a
I
place.
think you can bring that up.
No, but the thing, if you're dating a girl and the first thing she says after you kiss is something about her ex, even if it's negative about her ex, surely you're
Still in
going
the
to be a
back
bit
of her
annoyed.
mind.
Yeah.
You're going to be a bit
Yeah.
annoyed about it.
Yeah,
But that's
a bit awkward, that one, isn't it?
I feel like all these things would happen to Henry.
you think.
Oh.
Right. Well,
It's
this
actually all of his stories. He's written.
Yeah, this is just
yeah, this is where we got the stories from. So this next one, they showed up 30 minutes late in a tank top and jeggings, while I moderately dressed up. The entire conversation was around her NRI life. Don't know what that means.
No.
And talking about her other friends in her university. At least I got to enjoy my food and drinks and distract myself.
Let me have a look if I can.
Does that mean nightlife maybe? Or no?
Maybe NR.
NRI life. I don't know what that
What is
is.
that song?
Never heard that before.
It's not
He's
famous.
coming with life
It's
insurance.
not life insurance.
But
Don't show us about that.
I don't.
But either way, she's turned up. She's like basically come all casual and she started just going on about herself. Basically, it's a story.
Yeah.
Southampton.
I mean,
Yeah.
The guys are sat there having drinks and food and not saying a word.
Got
I
a
wouldn't.
podcast, is it?
I wouldn't say going on about herself is necessarily bad because
No, you
That
want
might-
to get to know
that
them.
that might be a nerves
But
thing.
say you haven't asked anything and they're just going on and going on. You're like,
Yeah, you
oh,
say hi and then they're like, "Oh, my name's this. This is what's interesting about me," and they just carry on going
I
on
promise
and on
you
and
I'm
on.
interesting. I promise.
I think that's kind of more a nerves thing, but I think dress code on a date you've got to make an
Yeah,
effort.
that's the main
not
thing for me.
a
Dress
tank
code.
It depends what you're doing, because obviously, I don't know if you're doing an
Does it say-
activity where
did it
you
say-
have to wear something like that, then fair enough.
Yeah.
But if you're going to a restaurant, there is an
Yeah.
expectation that you wear
And
something
I
slightly
imagine
Also
nicer.
showing up half an hour late. It's just nah.
Yeah, showing up late,
Yeah.
that's a no-no. Time it makes it seem like the other person's time's not important enough to you.
Yeah.
And that's a
Mm.
bad foot to get off on a
But
relationship.
you never know with like people being late. Yeah, it's a bad thing, but it might be kind of out of their control. Like a train might be late or a bus might be late, kind of thing. I know you could say leave earlier then, but that might be just something out of control.
Well, yeah. It's out of control, but still, if you're unsure whether you're going to get there on time, surely you take the earlier train and get there early.
Yeah.
Or whatever mode of transport you're taking, you make sure you're going to get there on time.
Also, can I just say, Liam, do I smell? Because you're right in the
I'm
corner of
chilling,
the
I'm relaxing.
He's just,
So I'll just
he's
try
sat
and
there
get-
all
I'll
like
try and
relaxed.
get in a little bit because your arm is like off
there we go,
camera.
there
There
we
we go.
Right.
No, I was just like,
But
Snuggle
no,
up,
enjoying
snuggle
the
up for
corner, man.
Valentine's.
Aw.
Oh, so beautiful.
Mia wouldn't be happy, would she?
No.
Right. One time a few years ago, I got a date with this super hot woman. Spent the whole date thinking about how hot she was and how lucky I was to go on a date with her instead of making a human connection with her. Needless to say, I didn't get another date.
So-
Yeah,
so
he
that's the
fumbled
person's fault there.
he fumbled the bag there.
Yeah. So
Basically, he's been on a date with
was
this girl and he's just looked at her being like, "Wow, you're so pretty."
So he was kind of like, is he kind of the guy who goes looks over personality then?
Maybe.
I
Maybe.
think that's what it's
I
like.
guess you could read that into
Yeah.
it. Well, he said he didn't make a human connection. Does that mean they didn't get on and he just thought that she was
Maybe he just
attractive?
spent the whole time just googling over her. Like,
Well, yeah,
he wasn't
I
listening
don't know
to
which
her,
way
like-
to read it. Whether
Yeah.
it's that or whether it's they made an effort to talk. and they couldn't.
Just watching her every
Like, she's
move
talking,
on
asking
the
him
date.
questions, and he's like, "What?"
He was just. She was just speaking. He's like, I should not
Well,
be
we don't-
here.
We don't know how. Like, if he was punching well above his weight,
Well, that's what he's suggesting in this.
Yeah.
From the sounds of
Yeah.
it.
Admiring
Mm.
his work.
yeah, he's just like taking in the moment kind of thing.
Took it in too much a bit. but-
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably a bit too much, but yeah, he's probably in the wrong. But we don't know what like their connection was like, kind of thing. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I just don't think he knew how to handle like a really attractive woman. Probably he doesn't. He didn't really know what to expect in the situation
I
and
can
stuff.
imagine
Maybe
him,
he's a bit probably a bit startled. He's thinking, oh, I'm probably with someone or I'm talking to someone that is a bit too like above me. Probably didn't know how to kind of handle that situation.
I can
you
just imagine her speaking. He's there like just like this.
Yeah,
Henry.
he's in quite creepy with that.
Right. Well, this next one, I'm not sure whether it can go in or not because it's a
We can
bit.
cut it out if not.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah,
should
we
I
cut out.
say it and then we'll decide whether it stays?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Without consulting me, she tried to invite a bunch of people at a party back to my place for an orgy, all behind my back. When she finally tried to invite a guy in front of me, I took her back to mine, just us, smashed and left it at that. From the street she came to the street she will return. I say, I'm not sure if we can have that one in.
Um,
I put that one in just to think. Well, okay, let's see where we can go with this one.
Should we cut that story out and then kind of just talk about it without saying what
There's
happened?
just no context.
Like, no context,
yeah, but then viewers won't
Yeah.
really know.
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Should we cut that one? I
I
think it's a
as
bit.
bad as you think.
No.
But
It's more like a funny one. that
I
one.
mean,
yeah.
it's-
She ain't the one.
Yeah,
ain't
she's
the
not the
one.
one.
No.
Can
No.
you read it again?
Without consulting me, she tried to invite a bunch of people at a party back to my place for an orgy, all behind my back. When she finally tried to invite a guy in front of me, I took her back to mine, smashed and left it at that. From the street she came, from the street to the street she will return.
That's a great defensive performance from him there. He stopped a lot happening.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like, is that even a date though? If they're at a
No,
party?
it sounds a
Sounds
bit
like they're more-
dumb.
It's like a night out, isn't it?
Yeah, that's like a one night
Well,
stand.
from
kind of
but
thing.
from what it sounds like they were at a place, but they were there together, and they were there as a item, and
Yeah.
then she tried to invite loads of other people.
Yeah.
Which is a bit dodgy.
How do you
It
reckon that
is
worked? What,
dodgy,
they
yeah.
come back together and he's like, why is there 7 guys following us?
Who are they?
Into my flat. No.
Yeah, that's a bit. That's not on.
No, it's not.
No, it's
No,
not.
there's no.
I
bit of
like
that as
I
well.
like the line at the end though. That's quite good.
No, I know. Yeah.
Okay, wait. While we're on top of it, have you seen about Bonnie Blue? Have you seen about her story? But she's
Yeah.
had over 1,000 people
It's a bit.
in like what at once or whatever. While we're on the topic of orgies.
Yeah.
It's a bit crazy. what a great topic to
Yeah, I
discuss
think-
on
I think-
YouTube.
I think it just shows. Actually, can I say, or will we get sued? I don't know.
We can cut it out. It's fine.
Yeah.
Um,
Look, this whole section might need cutting
yeah,
depending on what the editor
yeah.
thinks.
It just shows what's wrong with this world. What's wrong with
No,
this
that's sad.
generation.
It's sad.
It's so sad.
Really.
Yeah, I would be inclined to agree with that. I think.
Saying that, we had Lily Phillips on, so let's get the other one on.
No.
Right, moving on. The next one is just a short and funny one. Drank a little too much and then vomited in the guy's bed. Actually did this twice to the same guy.
that's something odd,
That's
dude.
just
Yeah, I mean, based on your
Bad luck.
experience in Jamie's
Based on
bar,
Experience at Jamie's bar. Yes.
do you want to give
No,
it a little
they-
insight on that again?
No.
They already know about it.
Put the videos up.
yeah.
I think we need to tell the story again, though.
Yeah, I haven't heard this one before. Can you just tell us?
Do I have to say it? Or
I mean, I can say it if you want. I take great pleasure in talking about
Fine,
this.
no, I'll say it. Screw you, Matt. Screw you. I'll say it. Obviously, Jamie on the podcast, he worked at a bar in London. We went there on his final shift, got this room hired out for free, which was quite nice.
Was nice.
We
Didn't
had
leave it nice.
we had free drinks all night. I kind of abuse it. I have quite
You
a
kinda
low
don't.
tolerance.
Kind of.
Well, I have quite a low tolerance with alcohol, I think, by the sounds of it. Had 6 pints, something like
Yeah.
that, Prosecco, and what is it?
Negroni, I think it's
Negroni.
called.
Which is free spirits and Prosecco, I want to
Yeah,
say.
it's basically it's strong.
Wow.
Yeah, ended up falling asleep, woke up because Matt woke me up
I
'cause he
did not
moved.
wake you up.
Threw up everywhere.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
I'd say we get back to that story. So,
Yeah. Why, if you were that guy, would you invite a girl back who's been sick in your bed?
yeah, but I think
If they're like
Yeah.
dating,
Well,
I
no,
guess.
it depends how far down the line they are, but like from the sounds of it, because she said I did this twice to the same guy. If you're saying to the same guy, that doesn't connote it being a boyfriend. It sounds like you've gone on a date, you've gone back to their place, you've thrown up, then you're like, look, it's a bad thing that's happened. Let's go on another date, and then she's done it again.
I think it's because alcohol's involved. He's kind of probably been a
Yeah.
bit more lenient on it.
Because
Yeah.
he could have been drinking as
I mean,
well. It could have been.
What would you do if you were that guy?
Sack
Would-
her off.
Would you stay or
That's
not?
what I do. Sack
Like,
her
if you
off.
have,
See
if
you
you
later.
had a
You're not
really,
coming
really
back.
good time,
You clean up the bed as well.
Oh,
That's what I'd say.
That I agree with.
keep
you.
the
Yeah.
bed sheets.
Yeah.
But if you've had a really good time, these 2 dates have been amazing, and it's just that has happened twice. What do you do?
Well, what are you saying? Are you saying like
Just don't
as a
invite her back,
girlfriend?
right?
or-
No,
she's
yeah.
got to-
Like,
She's
if
got to
this
go.
was-
She's got to go, blood.
Like if this was my
Well,
girlfriend,
no, right. This is your first 2 dates with this girl, but you really like her. She's just thrown up in your bed twice.
Don't let her in the bed.
Yeah. Sleep on the floor.
Go to her
You'd have
house
to spare
instead. I
think
think it's not that
I
bad.
th-
Like,
yeah, it's not as
I think if she's gonna do that on the odd occasion, I
Yeah.
guess you
and
can make
obviously,
do.
like I said, alcohol's involved, so
That's
it's
true.
Do you know? I think it depends. Like, if they actually have a genuine connection, then I think it's a bit
yeah,
different.
yeah.
But if it's like a
exactly.
one-night stand or just like a one-off thing, it's almost like I think you can afford to just like.
I mean,
You know,
surely,
it's
surely if she's throwing up, she doesn't even remember it.
Like it'll
Maybe
be
not.
something
Probably
if they
not.
have a connection. They'll look back in a few weeks and be like, "That was funny."
So,
Yeah,
That's the thing. Yeah, it's the kind of thing you'll make an
story.
inside joke about. Like
Yeah.
you get into bed, oh, don't throw up, like that kind of thing.
Mm.
Like,
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
Look at me.
right, the next one. I walked a hot Russian girl to her dorm after playing pool or something like that. Her.
Or something.
So
like
then
that.
she
Crazy.
so then she says, "My roommates aren't around tonight." Me. "Oh, that's cool. Must be nice." Her. "I'm very easily persuaded." Me. "That's nice. It's getting dark and I have to ride home, so I'll see
He's
you later."
fumbled. He has absolutely fumbled it.
I think that's something Henry would do, don't you?
No, I
Oh,
don't even think Henry's
man.
capable of that.
I know. I
That's
have a friend back home who would have done that, and I'm gonna send this clip to him because he'll know exactly who I'm talking about. But I know some people who are like that, who would
That-
literally just.
That
Do
is an
that.
almighty fumble.
If we want to make this more personal, do you want a story I know from a friend? So he had a similar situation. This girl came round. They were sat on his bed together. They were chatting and stuff, and like she was getting closer and closer to him. "Do you want to play some Mario Kart?" He pulled that line out.
Oh.
Is that Mario Kart's a fun game?
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
It's a
but-
good game though,
fun
so
game.
it's
but
like.
come on, he won as well. So
Oh, very. It's worth it.
Yeah, exactly. That's worth it. That's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
It's
yeah.
the fact he doesn't really remember the date either. He's like, "Yeah, we played pool or something on."
yeah, he says we played pool or something like that.
I mean, he might have actually had like a genuine reason why.
Yeah, but the opportunity's there. Like the door's open, the sign's on.
She clearly likes him. She clearly likes him.
Yeah.
But maybe he's like the type of person that's like, maybe it's the first time. It's not like that.
Perhaps,
Yeah,
maybe, because then if
yeah.
so, I have respect for him. Like, fair enough.
Because
Bit-
he's recognised there wasn't opportunity.
But it does just seem like he's not getting the hint. It's not like he said, "Look, I get what you're." It's
That's
not like,
nice.
no, but that's what I mean. Like, it's
Good
not like
for
he's
you.
saying, "I get what you're hinting at. I'm not interested right now." It's not like that. He's just
Sounds
saying,
like-
"Oh
But
yeah,
to be
that's
fair,
nice."
To be fair, do you, like, imagine talking to someone like, "I'm easily persuaded." I'm like, I don't know if that's a good thing.
It sounds
No.
like something would happen in the In-Betweeners.
Yeah,
with
to,
Will.
Yeah, it's very
to
between
Will.
That's nice.
Yeah.
But no, that is an almighty fumble on epic proportions.
Yeah. Right. I was 16 to 17, first and only date with her. So, number one, cannot find her house, so call her to drive and meet me at the location so I can follow her to her
How old is
house
she? Hold
to
on.
drive her to the movies.
Bit awkward, those.
Then, number two, after movies, we go to a restaurant. It's on the edge of town and the parking lot entrance is awful. You do a left turn off the main intersection, then quickly switch 2 lanes over on the right and turn right into the parking lot, all within about 3 meters. It's horribly set up. I missed a turn, so that meant we had to do a 5-minute long drive out of town and then turn around before we can get to a place that he could turn. Then number 3, he missed the U-turn opportunity and had to keep driving out of the city at night during the winter while she awkwardly fidgeted and finally asked, "Where are you taking me?" in a scared voice. This took about 10 minutes one way before I was able to turn the car around and head back to city. Took her home and never spoke to her again.
Just awkward,
Wait,
isn't
so
it?
was this a first date?
Yeah, he said first and
Well,
only date.
I think the first mistake he's made is going to a movie on a first date.
You think?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you want to get to know the person.
I agree with that, but I know a lot of people think a movie's a good first date because there's no pressure, and if it is awkward, you don't have to talk.
Yeah, but you want to get to know the person.
I agree. I
But
think
the thing
dinner's
is,
the
say
right
you
first
go on
date.
the first date, you want to message them again. You're like, oh, what do I actually know about them?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Well, he
Yeah.
did say, to be fair, and the first thing he said in point number 2 is after the movies, we're going to a restaurant.
Yeah, it's a bit
So I
better,
guess
but
if,
still-
if he's going to a
Well.
restaurant after, I think that's fair enough. Like if you go to a movie and you go to a restaurant afterwards, so you get the
Yeah,
chance to talk
yeah,
afterwards.
that's a little bit better, but I still think a movie on the first date is not.
Like, imagine me, what do I know about her? She likes Batman, great.
Yeah.
But I guess you meet and you settle the nerves, and then you go out and talk to them afterwards when you've had like a couple of hours to settle down and stuff. I mean, I wouldn't take a girl to a movie for the first date.
No,
I don't think
no,
that's
no.
the right place to go.
No.
But some people like it, I know. But yeah, that girl must have felt like she was getting kidnapped.
You
I
feel-
mean,
Mm.
I do feel for the girl because I feel for both of them because the guy's just trying to take
Did
it for
it
a nice.
say where it was?
It doesn't say where it was,
Oh.
but like,
Well, you never know with roads these days.
I feel for the guy because he's just trying to take this girl for a nice dinner, and he's made it seem like he's kidnapping her, and the girl's obviously thinking, "Oh my god, what's this guy gonna do to me?"
I mean, he didn't say if he replied to her asking where are you taking me. He could be just like, I'm just really bad at driving. Sorry.
Yeah. That's the thing. Because what do you say to that if it's coming across like that? What
you just
what
be
would
like-
you say?
Just be like, I missed a turn. I'm sorry.
Or
I
he's-
guess.
or
You
he's
turn
just-
Google Maps on or something. Like,
What if it's just like a plan from him? Like
plan?
No,
What do
actually,
you mean
I
a
probably shouldn't
plan?
word it
I'm gonna
like
say,
that.
what are you
What
suggesting
plan
here?
is it?
No, what if he didn't enjoy the date and he didn't want to say anything to like upset her, so he just decided to be an absolute idiot, drive around the
Yeah,
city.
but
and then-
surely he'd have said that on here though. If he said
Oh,
the
good
day
point,
wasn't
yeah.
good, I guess.
Good point.
But yeah, that's a awkward situation, that one.
Especially as a guy, like you want everything to go perfectly. You want everything to go right. You planned this, you've done this, and it's just all these little awkward moments.
but
it's
even
like,
if not, say you miss a turn, you're like, oh, so I missed a turn here. It's great.
I feel like
Yeah,
what Reese was saying there, the guy's got to make like the impression kind of thing.
yeah,
but I feel
It's all
like
on
the
the
girl
guy.
has to be careful as well. Like, I understand why the girl thought what
Oh,
she did because
definitely,
like
yeah.
you have to be careful. Like
Gotta be aware.
a guy could say, "Oh, I missed a turn," and it could be a plan. But like, so I get why she has to be careful. But I feel for both of them.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right, the next one. Fell asleep in the cinema watching Split. I don't know what that's called. Should have been called Shit, apparently. It's a bad movie.
yeah.
Because the film was boring. I was surprised that my date was still there at the end of the film. That's all there is to that one. So it's not about the date itself.
That's
But-
just more about the
So
movie.
back to
yeah.
the point of the cinema being bad. Right?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it goes back to that point. Yeah,
And it's
Like,
not like, I mean, they could have left.
Yeah, if I was in a movie with a girl and I could tell she wasn't enjoying it either, I'd be like, right, let's go get some food or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, surely you got to pull the plug on that one.
Gotta
both
save
of-
the
that's
date
on
somehow.
both of them.
Because
right?
then
Yeah.
you could leave the cinema and joke, oh, that was an awful film, wasn't it? Like,
Yeah, you got to. It also gives you something to talk about.
yeah.
Like, that's
how awkward the guy felt though. Like he's just looked to the side and his date's just asleep.
I think he said he fell asleep, didn't it?
no, he said he fell
Oh,
asleep.
he fell
He
asleep.
fell
I thought
asleep.
it said she.
No, he fell
Oh,
asleep.
that's even worse.
It's still awkward.
Yeah. No,
Right. We're nearly through them all now. So the next one had this couple obviously on their first date, and the poor guy was so visibly nervous. He was just sitting there with these wide deer in the headlight eyes, profusely sweating, like drenched. And I think they exchanged a total of 3 words the whole date. When I took the guy's order, his voice cracked, making the situation that much worse. Poor guy, I hope he's doing all right.
Oh, I feel bad.
I feel really
bad.
Poor guy.
Thing is, though, that for me reads as a situation where the people aren't right for each other, though, because if you're that nervous, like, I get it if the girl's really good for you and you want it to go well, but surely if it's someone who you connect with, they should make you feel comfortable and calm
Yeah,
rather than that
yeah.
They
nervous.
could probably also read a room and try and ease you into it. Like,
Yeah.
So I mean, like if I was the like other person on that date, I'd be trying to say stuff to calm them down, like just
Yeah.
starting a conversation with them to make them stop thinking about what's
Did
in
it
their
say
head.
it was his first date? Like first
said
ever?
that,
No, I think
Wait,
I think this was from a
It's from
perspective
a
of
waiter's perspective, but they said
Yeah.
obviously on their first date.
Yeah.
Hmm.
the voice crack doesn't help though.
No,
Oh,
the voice
yeah.
crack.
I think that's the worst thing you could do.
I've
Voice
seen
crack
it
Or
on a
like
date.
trip or something.
Yeah.
I've seen
Can
it
you imagine
before.
like trip and bang your head?
Oh.
Like
I've
you're
seen-
holding drinks and like you fall over, you spill it everywhere.
I've seen it before where like I've just been in a random restaurant and I see 2 people who are obviously on a date and they just weren't talking.
Or they're on their phones. I hate it.
I-
Like, I see
I've
couples
seen-
just
yeah.
sitting there on their phones. I'm
Yeah.
like, Why have you come out to a restaurant if you're just gonna sit there and
Yeah,
ignore each
yeah,
other?
exactly. But no, it's like I think dates when there's just no communication at all is just
He's bad.
is set up to fail straight away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, this one's a bit of a longer one. A guy made a reservation saying he was going to propose. He asked for a special table and for dessert to come with a sprinkler candle and "Will you marry me" written on it. I feel like we all know where this is going. I haven't read the rest yet, but I feel like we know where it's going. I bring out the cake. The manager follows me with 2 glasses of champagne. My co-workers are cheering. We set everything down and walk away. They end up having a serious, quiet discussion, and it is obvious that she's rejecting the proposal. Then 3 of their friends show up and sit at the table, all excited, thinking their friends just got engaged, but it quickly became apparent to them this is not the case. It's very quiet and awkward at the table. The woman who was being proposed to left, and the reject and his friends got wasted. He gave me a 20% tip too, which was nice considering how bad his night had been.
To be fair, they got wasted, so not
At least
all,
like, the
not
guy
all
made the best
bad.
out of it.
Yeah,
they
it's,
made the
it's
best
very
out.
yeah.
that's a very hard situation to deal with.
He pulled it back there with that night.
Yeah.
The money on the ring's gone though.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that's unfortunate. I mean, obviously it doesn't say the reason why the girl rejected it, but like, hopefully they still stay together. And it was just a case of you're proposing too
Just
early, and it
wrong
wasn't.
time.
Yeah, I
Didn't
feel
like
like
him.
I feel like with proposals, it's got to be kind of hinted before you do it.
It's got to be hinted, but I wouldn't. If I was to propose, I wouldn't want the girl to be basically saying to me, "Oh, I can't wait till we get married one day."
Yeah, but then
Like
you,
that's
then
like
you-
that's too obvious. Like she's
Just postpone the proposal then.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like,
Maybe it's just the wrong moment as well.
Yeah.
Maybe she was thinking, I want it here, or I want it. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe
it's
she was
the wrong
thinking like
moment as well.
ideally beachside on
Potentially.
holiday.
Yeah.
Like.
or she's in the wrong stage of her life to get married. Like it's
But
too
would you
much of
co-
a financial
Or-
commitment.
But it was bad. It's good they had like a serious discussion quietly and just shout at each other.
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
she was seeing someone else.
That's a potential there.
Seeing the worst in people, I see there.
Yeah, I am
We
actually.
do
That's
love
really
drama.
bad. Yeah.
Right,
Mate,
next.
I love drama.
Oh, yeah, of course,
I love
of
it.
course.
Right, the next one is first date. She's doing all of the talking, but it's okay because he's totally into it. Every time she changes the subject, he's more infatuated with her. She likes football and guns and trucks, redneck style, and he loves it. Then she starts going through the pictures on her phone. When she finally got around to mention that the 3 kids in the pictures were hers, I swear I actually heard his mood deflate.
Oh no.
That's like.
How is that not mentioned
So
before?
this
Yeah,
guy's
that
like
was gonna
this
say.
guy's like perfect for
Yeah.
her, and like and they're perfect for each other, and then she finds out that she's got 3 kids. I mean, it doesn't mean she's seeing someone else. It might just mean that she's like been divorced.
It depends
But-
of the
Yeah,
age.
yeah,
'Cause if
yeah.
you're at a certain
Yeah,
age,
I
you can-
don't. I
yeah.
don't think if they're on a date, I don't think she is with. I know that first story obviously is a bit
Yeah,
different.
yeah, but
I
I
think
think
this is
Continuation.
different. I don't. Yeah.
I think it's inferred that it's like a second thing. But surely, if you're going on a date with someone, you have to tell them that, like, I've got 3 kids.
Yeah.
Or it's got to be earlier in the date that you bring
but
it
do
up.
you not have that conversation before you even go on the date in the first place? Like,
Like,
even
got
if you're
3
chatting on,
children.
or if you've met somewhere, like how you meet or Tinder or whatever, surely you have that conversation. Surely you
Yeah.
know that.
You'd
Surely
think
they
right,
put it
going
in
in-
the profile.
Yeah, surely.
Like,
That's
Or
what-
if they met
yeah.
naturally. it's
Yeah, if
just
they
like,
met
you
naturally, it's
can't-
different.
You still mention it.
Yeah,
Like,
but it's,
But
even
even think like, yeah, you'd say like surely as well. It comes up in conversation like,
Yeah.
my kid was doing this the other day. Like,
yeah, that's
I
like,
feel like because it's 3 kids, it's a lot worse kind of thing. If
yeah,
it's
it's like if it's one. It's
if it's
yeah.
one, it's not as bad because. But if like you said, if they knew about it before the date, he probably would have been able to handle it better and see it. Like they might be together now, and it might have.
especially if
Yeah.
he knows like the situation, like say like it goes to dad's the weekends, whatever. Like say it's all like settled. Maybe he could be like just balance it out. Like say they're like late 20s, early 30s. You're at an age where like you could probably take the responsibility, but if they're
Yeah.
like early 20s, you're right.
3
You
kids
run,
at
yeah.
early
Yeah.
20s
Yeah,
is
yeah.
mental.
You run away as far as you can.
Yeah. Right, well, we got 2 more left now. So, 2 couples were having a lovely dinner, and suddenly one of the ladies screamed. Champagne glasses had been delivered to their table, one with a diamond ring in it. As you might have guessed, the wrong couple got the ring, and the look of horror on both the gentlemen's faces was quite a sight. I happened to be serving the other couple at the time, and the only thing that sprung to mind was to drop my tray as a distraction. It kind of worked, as with the loud clatter, all attention suddenly went to me, and my colleague managed to quickly apologise for the mix-up and rescue something of the situation. Still felt awful for the guys, though.
Wait, so
W from the waitress right there.
W.
So
W.
basically, what it seems like, there was two couples, one which has been dating for ages and one's going to propose, and others which are like on a first kind of date, and the couple on the first date got the ring rather than the
Oh
couple
my
on the, who've been
God.
together ages. That's
Talk
really
about
bad.
taking
That's
it.
not even their fault.
No, it's not their
either.
fault. Like, that's why I'm saying the
Right,
waiter
fault.
felt really bad for the people, but like
And surely, like,
that's bad.
for the couple that was actually going to propose,
It's
well, the
kind
guy
of
who was
like
actually
a
going to propose,
bummer for them.
kind of ruins the moment, doesn't it?
That's what I mean. Because then,
Yeah.
like, surely she's like thinking, well, is that meant for me then? Like, as soon as they realise there's a mistake, like, surely she's then thinking, well, I'm gonna get proposed to now.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
it
but
does.
but,
It
okay,
ruins
so,
the
but
moment.
did she, well, obviously we don't know, but did she still get proposed to?
I
I
presume so.
imagine
It doesn't
that
say,
there's
but
one-
you presume
Oh,
so.
sorry, went to the wrong table. Just go to
No, but
it's like
I think
well,
yeah.
you give it 5 minutes.
But
before
that's
you go
why
back.
that's why the waiter said that he felt bad for both guys because the guy's proposal was then ruined.
I guess for
Yeah.
the first date people, it's kind of quite funny.
It'll be a story to tell if they stay together. Although,
Yeah.
to be honest though, if you think about it, if you were on a first date with a girl and you proposed, would she not just walk out?
Has to walk out.
No, I
Like,
wouldn't-
surely you'd walk out thinking,
but I
what
think-
a
well,
creep.
no,
Yeah, but I
d-
think they probably understand it's an accident.
Yeah, but
So-
I think he would. I think the guy would have said something straight away. When
Like,
the
Well, yeah,
ring
surely you'd be
came
like, well, that's not my
But
ring.
to
Why
be
is that
fair,
there?
You've
Yeah.
got a really memorable proposal there. Like you got a story to tell then.
I mean,
Yeah,
imagine being in a
we
restaurant.
got
Right.
proposed on the first date.
Imagine being in a restaurant and that happened. It'd be that'd be entertaining to see if you're on one of the nearby tables.
Yeah.
I record
Right.
the whole thing.
Should we go into our last story then?
Nice story.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. I once served an old friend's dad on a date with his girlfriend. I was unaware that he and my friend's mum had split up. So on my break, I texted her my condolences. Long story short,
They were still together.
her parents were not split up, but because I jumped to conclusions, they are now.
Oh.
In a way, though, I think that's good. That's a good
That-
story.
yeah.
It's ended well because he's ended a cheating. Well, he's not ended a
Wait,
cheating
is
thing
it
because he's still
cheating? Oh, yeah.
cheated.
He's still cheating.
But-
Yeah.
But he's ended that for that woman who was getting cheated on.
yeah, but that's still. I think like.
It's a weird thing to message them. Though. Do you not think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
your
No, I
condolences.
think-
but like
If
it's not
you've
your
been-
friends. It's your friend's parents.
Yeah, but if
Yeah.
you're close friends and like they've been married for 20 years and you've been friends with this person your whole life, you might just send them a message saying, "Oh, I'm really sorry
But
to
what
hear
if,
about you
what
getting
if
a
it
divorce."
wasn't like?
But it says like
an
an old friend, like someone.
Yeah, what if it actually wasn't a date, and there was
That
like,
would be quite
Yeah.
funny.
Imagine
wouldn't
That
it?
it's like
would
on like a
be-
work meeting or something.
yeah.
Yeah.
How do you
It's
explain that
just-
though? If you're the husband in that situation, like
You're-
if you're the husband
yeah,
and
you're
she's
kind
like, well,
of-
you've been seen with another girl, and you say it was literally a work colleague, and it was. You can't get out of that very
yeah,
easily.
That is. There's been some crazy stories like
Yeah.
that.
There has.
Yeah.
Some of these have been brilliant.
Right. Well, should we leave it there?
Yeah,
Thank
we
you very
should-
much for watching this Blue Podcast Extra. If you have enjoyed, make sure to subscribe and like the video. Also, you can check our content out on TikTok and Instagram. We've started live streaming football basically every day if you're interested in watching that. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.